Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some new DLC updates to take a look at for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. We have a few other things to go over as well, some theories about the Generation 9 DLC. Quite a lot of stuff to break down today though, so if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Which DLC are you more excited for? Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's go over the new DLC updates that we got today. It was actually tweeted out by Joe Merrick, so basically he contacted Pokemon support, and this is kind of the information they gave back. I think it was to do with the whole Go situation, which we're going to talk about, where you can delete your save data. But either way, he reached out to support, and this is what he got back. So okay, so it goes without saying, but we got some further confirmations for DLC stuff through the support. So as with Pokemon Sword and Shield, trade, raids, and battles will be compatible regardless of if DLC is purchased, meaning DLC exclusive Pokemon can be traded to players without the DLC. So as always, with the DLC, you do get returning Pokemon. In the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra, this was the case. And of course, in the Teal Mask and the Indigo Disc, this is happening again. We already saw a few of them officially confirmed in the trailer, or it might have been on the website. Of course, we got the data mines of all the returning Pokemon, but as of right now, the only official confirmed ones are Milotic, Metagross, I think Ninetales was there. But either way, basically, if you trade with someone, if you have the DLC and they don't, you can still trade and raid and battle with these people. You don't have to both purchase the DLC to be able to kind of co-op with other players. However, though, this is also interesting. Players will also still be able to play in the Union Circle with each other, even if one player does not have the DLC. Because, of course, in this year's Pokemon game, or last year's Pokemon game, in the Generation 9 Pokemon games, should I say, we now have co-op to a completely different level. You can obviously play in other people's worlds and stuff like that. So, of course, if one person has the DLC and one person doesn't, I didn't really think about how that would impact co-op, but of course you don't both need the DLC to be able to play with each other. However, though, the player without the DLC will not be able to go into the specific DLC areas in the Union Circle, even if other players have gone there. So yeah, if you are playing in a friend's world, they have bought the DLC and they go pop off to the Teal Mask. If you do not have the DLC, it's not like you're going to be able to go there for free, because obviously that would allow you to experience the DLC for obviously for free. So that's why that's put in place. So nothing crazy stuff that we were kind of expecting, but it's just nice to know that yeah, you will be able to trade with people. As you don't have to buy the DLC to be able to play with your friends who have bought it. As well as that, you can of course, when home connectivity comes out, you don't have to buy the DLC to also put those returning Pokemon in your game. So let's take Milotic for example. That's coming out in the Teal Mask, I do believe. When the Teal Mask drops, you don't have to buy the DLC, but once it is in the game, you will then be able to trade Milotic from Pokemon Home into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. You don't have to buy the DLC to do that, but of course you need to buy the DLC to be able to go to the Teal Mask. So those are some updates regarding the DLC. We also have a little bit more information to go over as well. So this is about the Go stuff, which we're also going to talk about because Joe Max tweeted out about that. We've got a bit more information about it as well, but I'm going around asking about this from reliable accounts. I've already got the DLC and connected to Go once without any issues. Will I be able to continue, or should I not risk connecting to Go more? So yeah, basically they're saying that if they've bought the DLC, should they then risk connecting to Go? So we've had reports from it happening without Go connectivity, as we don't know the root cause. You should be fine. It's quite rare. We're just waiting for word from the Pokemon company. So I didn't even know this. I thought it was literally a Pokemon Go issue, but apparently there's been reports of it happening without Go connectivity. So your data could just go, and I don't understand why. I don't know how it could have gone so wrong, but yeah, any news from support about data save corruption? Nothing yet. Still waiting back from that. And then of course Pokemon Home stuff is obviously spring 2023, and that's basically it, to be fair, really. Obviously we need to talk about this whole situation with Pokemon Go or connectivity or whatever. We apparently thought it was Pokemon Go, but now it could be literally anything. So yeah, Jeremy tweeting out saying, seems there's some reports of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet saves getting corrupted in some way after connecting with Go. Seems very rare, but of course a bit concerning. I have a couple of theories of how it could happen, but I'm not Game Freak. Hopefully they'll find out what's causing it and sort it out ASAP. This was just a theory, but of course this has turned out to be wrong, because he then goes on to say, okay, this theory has been shown to not be accurate, so no idea what could be causing it. I'm reaching out to the Pokemon company anyway to see if I can get word, but we'll see what comes. So obviously this is him reaching out, and this is kind of what they replied with and stuff, so I'm not sure why they didn't reply with you know, the actual question. I'm not sure, unless he asked two different things and this is one of the replies. Maybe he asked one thing about the DLC and then one thing about the home kind of the Pokemon Go connectivity and stuff. But either way, we do need a patch for it rapid. We don't know what the cause is, so again, probably if you don't want to risk it, I'd just advise not connecting to Pokemon Go, even though that might not be the main cause. Something that you could do, which is a little bit easier, is if you create a different account and then you play through Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, and then you obviously connect with that account, because then if you do lose your save data, it's just this throwaway account. It's not like your main account. So I guess if you really wanted to go for the Vivian patterns and stuff and the shinies and everything, just make a throwaway account and then, yeah, play through and then obviously do it with that. But again, it's just a risk, man. It's a bit silly that we have to kind of be worried about connecting to Pokemon Go and stuff, but this is obviously on My Nintendo News with a little bit more information about it. The Pokemon Company and Game Freak released an update a week or so ago, bringing Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet to version 1.2.0. The update, which you can read about here, fixes a few bugs and advertising the company downloadable content expansion on the game's home screen. However, it seems that version 1.2.0 brought with it an unwelcome addition, and that is a bug which can delete players' save files. The issue seems to arise from connecting to the Pokemon Go app or downloading the DLC, though as Kotaku points out, there's not one singular cause of the save corrupting bug, which is clearly problematic. Losing a save can be devastating and isn't helped by the fact that the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet cannot be backed up to the cloud via Nintendo Switch Online, which makes it even worse. If you could back up to the cloud, it wouldn't be the worst case scenario because you just have the save data anyway, but you can't even do that. Like the vast majority of Nintendo Switch games, presumably the Pokemon Company and Game Freak are aware of the issue and are working on a fix, although they have not publicly acknowledged the existence of the bug. So thankfully it doesn't seem to be a widespread issue at present, but you know, this is another team that kind of reached out to Nintendo with no kind of reply. So hopefully we get some more information about it. As soon as we do, I will update you guys on it. Of course, there's the bad egg thing as well with the walking ache and the walking wake and the iron leaves. Whereas obviously if you caught that before updating your game, you'd get a bad egg. So that also needs to get updated. But I think this deleting save file thing is probably a little bit more urgent. But either way, hopefully it all gets fixed relatively soon and this update does get rolled out hopefully in like the next week or something. But either way, we'll have to wait and see. Moving on, we have this really cool theory by Soul Silverart talking about the 3 new Pokemon or the 3 new legendaries in the teal mask. So yeah, Soul Silverart tweeting out saying many people theorized that the 3 heroes could serve as pseudo starters for the Teal Mask DLC, and I think that these are going to be a starter. I think that these are like the pre-forms or the pre-evolutions, whatever you want to say, and then they do have another form, which are these, or like another evolution or something. But either way, that's what I thought straight away, and I can totally see it, especially after this quote from Ishihara on Pokemon Day. The question is, do they actually have pre-evolutions, or are they average base forms and have Super Sentai forms that are a big power-up? I'm thinking of them like Kubfu in the Sword and Shield DLC, who also was a pseudo-starter that evolved. We definitely need some lower-level Pokemon that would grow alongside us in the new content too. Lastly, this doesn't mean that the typings would be Grass, Fire, and Water, but those typings seem like they could fit these 3 mons. Coloration, and all 3 types are found on the lantern surrounding the Pokemon. I believe this was the comment, so he said, "We're so grateful that the millions of trainers around the world have chosen to explore the expansive Paldea region." Said Ishihara, president and the CEO of Pokemon Company. In the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero, fans will take a trip to the land of Kitakami, where they will meet new Pokemon and interesting characters. I sincerely hope that trainers who embark on this new journey find the same excitement and joy they experienced when they encountered their first Pokemon. So again, it could be talking about their first Pokemon in Paldea, like Fuecoco, Sprigatito, and Quaxley. Could be a similar situation to that. And then also Soul Silverart here saying, "What's actually hilarious and terrifying about this, I just said last night how I wanted a Grass, Croc, Fire, Turtle, etc., but got a Water Monkey starter. This theory turns out to be real. Monkey Dory would be a Water Monkey starter." So yeah, again, this just kind of doesn't confirm anything, but it just adds more fuel to the fire that these could be starters. And hopefully there's a way to obtain the others to complete the Pokedex, because I'm sure we'll get a Teal Mask Pokedex and an Indigo Disc Pokedex, just like we got in the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. But obviously we'll have to wait and see. But I said that from the get-go. I said from the get-go that these look like a starter or something. And then finishing things off, just talking about mythical Pokemon here with Joe Merrick once again. So Joe Merrick saying, "It really does look like we're going another year without a Pokemon movie and without a new mythical. The last one was in 2020. Granted, Zarude is perfection with its color scheme and connections to Celebi, so maybe they just realized they can't improve on it and they stop." So do you think any of the new Scarlet and Violet DLC mons will fit the mythical selection? Feel like despite it being center focus, if I had to hazard a guess, Ogerpon may fit the bill. Probably not, no, because they're just focused on the story and only event, etc, etc, etc. So, yeah, I didn't realize it was 2020 that Zarude was dropped. That's kind of crazy. Coming up to 3 years nearly, without any new mythical Pokemon and any new movies, which is a bit crazy. I'm guessing the movie is just simply because Ash isn't going to be the main protagonist anymore, but at the same time, they could have easily done a movie like last year or something. But yeah, new mythicals I thought could have potentially been announced on Pokemon Day, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. So yeah, I have no idea what's happening. Obviously, a few people think that Gimmighoul is a mythical and stuff, but that's not the case. Gimmighoul is not a mythical. It is it's not been kind of categorized as a mythical Pokemon, so unless that changes, then obviously it isn't. But anyway, that is going to be everything from today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. Leave a comment with your thoughts on the latest DLC news, your thoughts on the whole kind of losing data thing and all that, and also what are your thoughts on these Pokemon here potentially being the starters of the teal mask. But yeah, that is everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.